Hi, I'm Charlie McGee. Welcome. If you want to know more about the Villa's website, you've come to the right place. But first, I want to recognize the people who manage the site and thank them for their skill and all the effort that they put into that. The web managers are Judy Carson, John Huber, Tom Johns, and Deb Korick. What I'm going to show you here is all done on my laptop computer, but the website can be accessed with mobile devices like your phone or your tablet, but they will have a little different look and feel to them on those devices. So let's get started. We'll look first at the login screen. So like I said before, you need to have an ID and a password. I have a password manager called Dashlane, and consequently I don't have to remember exactly what my ID and password is. It remembers it for me. The other option here is to keep me logged in forever. Now that's something that you don't want to do unless you are on your own device. It keeps you logged in, and so if you were at a hotel or on somebody else's device, you don't want to leave yourself logged in. So don't click that unless you're on your own device. Okay, so then we log in, hit the login button. And this brings us to the home page. What's on there will change from time to time. What you'll notice is, for example, Dave Libbs passed away yesterday, so that's unfortunately a current event. But also there'll be other banners, perhaps some pictures, and these will change from time to time to remain current. The next thing that I'll take you into is the calendar, but I want to point out the fact that this home page, this home button will take you back to the home page from wherever you are. For example, if we are in the calendar and you want to go back to the beginning, you click on the home page and it takes you there. We click on calendar. That brings up the current calendar. So whatever month it is, you'll see the calendar for that month. This is January, so you see January's events. You can scroll down. If yours is like mine, it doesn't all fit on one screen, but I can scroll back and forth. If I want some detailed information about an event, if there is detailed information, you click on the event, and there you'll see the category, the date, the time, whether or not it repeats. So this is a weekly Thursday event for Mahjong. And I want to go back where I was, so I hit return to calendar, and it takes me back where I was. One of the things that you can do that's very handy is if the month is particularly busy and I'm having a hard time finding something, then there are various categories that I can select. So if I want to know if there's a social event this month, I click on it. There is the second Tuesday luncheon and the Christmas undecorating, both of which obviously have passed. But you can see, narrow it down where I don't have to look at everything. Okay, and then again, I go back to looking at everything. So there's some additional options at the top. I showed you the categories. This button will give you a list of the month's activities. So rather than a calendar format, you'll see it in a list format. Okay. Hitting the calendar takes it back to the previous view. I can also print the calendar, and if I print it, it will look like a regular calendar sheet with the squares and the dates and events. I can also export it. If you don't know what CSV is, then you probably don't want to use this anyway. But basically, it is a way to get all of the events into a spreadsheet format if that's needed for you. So that's pretty much, one more thing is these items across there. That's a quick way to get to the previous year, the previous month, or the next year, or the next month. If you want beyond that, like I want to see this coming February, then I hit the month button there, select the month I want to see. You probably just wanted to look at this year, but if you wanted to look at some other year to see when a past event happened or if there's a future event, you can select a year. But here we see that there's a potluck on April the 8th at 5 o'clock. I click on that and it gives you a little bit more information about it. It's a kickoff event. It's going to be at the clubhouse. So we look forward to seeing you there. Then you hit return to calendar. It takes you back where you were. So the next thing that we'll get into is this area over here, looking at the newsletters, board meetings, minutes, and financials. The various reports that are out there and newsletters and such. So newsletters, these come out every 2 months. So you'll see all of them back until May of 2021. Up until December of 2021, we went to a every 2 month format. The information in there, you just click on it, it comes up, and you're able to read it online, or you can print it, download it, increase the size of it, so if it make it a bit more readable. This tells you how many pages there are. In this case, there's 4. And it tells you what page you're on. So if I keep scrolling down, you'll see that number change to 2, 3, and 4. And that's the end of it. There's always good information in there, birthdays and events and things that have already happened, lots of good information. And typically there'll be a spotlight on some of our residents. In this case, Dave Kett. So the newsletters, you're familiar with those, you get a hard copy of those, but this is a way that you can see it online. Or if you've thrown yours away and you want to see one from last month or the month before, you can always go back this way and see those that have happened in the past. So when you are done, you click on the X on the tab at the top. So that's newsletters. Board meeting agenda. So you can see the agenda for last April. There'll be another one coming up this April, around the 19th, I think. And you'll there'll be some more minutes out there. Okay, but you click on that if you want to read it. Here again, it's a PDF like the newsletter was. It tells you how many pages, and you have the same kinds of options: download it, print it, make it bigger or smaller, and so on and so forth. Then you click on the X to close that tab. The next thing, and these will all be pretty much the same thing. So minutes from the board meetings. And these go back a ways in time. And again, the process is the same. Click on if there's something you want in particular, you click on that and it'll bring it up in a PDF format. You'll be able to read it. Then there's the annual meeting minutes. There are reports, annual reports. Again, click on it. And you'll see the annual report. Close that window. So you have minutes from the board meetings and from the annual meetings. Then you have financials. And again, you have a history of them. And the most current ones are at the top, just like the other tabs. Click on it, it's in a PDF. Again, same kind of thing. You know how many pages, you can make it bigger or smaller, download it, print it, so on and so forth. Okay? So basically, there's lots of information out there, and it's very simple, and the process is pretty much the same for all those options. Click on what you want to, the general thing that you want to see, if it's a newsletter or board meeting agenda or minutes from board meetings or annual meetings or financial reports. It'll bring up a list of everything that's out there, and you click on the one you're interested in. It'll bring it up on your screen. You can print it, read it online, or whatever you want to do. So that's reports.